In this video, I'm going to show you how to liquify an image or a layer to make it look like it is on an actual picture in real life. So I'm going to use this logo that I have already removed the background from. It's probably not going to, yeah. I'm going to take this logo. I've already removed the background from it in either Canva or remove.bg. For the Illinois Wolfpack, it was a youth baseball team in the early 2010s that I made. And I want to make it look maybe a little something like this or something like this. So I'm going to open up Pixlr. I'm going to find some stock footage. So stock search, you can find any stock image that you could use, or there's one right in Pixlr for free. So let's put the baseball team logo onto a baseball. Let's go baseball bat. Baseball bat. To make it look like, I'm going to look through these stock photos. Where can I find one? Let's just take this one. This will also be an opportunity to show how to get rid of what was underneath it. I'm just going to use Full HD. After I've clicked on which image I want, I'm going to click on Close. So I want to get rid of this Rockies background for the first part. So I'm going to see if we can get rid of that. There's a heal tool, which what it'll do is it will take the surrounding and kind of make it disappear a little bit. With each click, it kind of resets. So that could be the first thing that I do. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but it's going to be able to take from around it and try to recreate as if it weren't there. This can also be used for blemishes if you are taking, doing a picture of a person that maybe they wanted to remove some of that. So I'm just clicking after I've clicked the heal tool, which is over here. It looks like a Band-Aid. So now my Rockies part is gone. So I want to add my Illinois Wolfpack logo to right in the middle here. You could go to layer and you can add image as layer, or the easiest way is to just open up your file and then drag and drop. So I'm going to take the one with no background. I'm going to add it to current. So now I have it. It's much bigger than what I need it. I'm going to get it smaller so it's about the size that I want. But it doesn't quite look like it is on that ball. It just looks like a flat surface on top of it. So how can I improve this? So you'll notice that so I can click on the eyeball here to make it invisible. The lower part of the ball is a little bit darker. So what I can do is there's this tool over here called the Dodge and Burn. Dodge will make it lighter, and darken would be burn. So I've lightened and darkened. So I'm going to take this part here and I can change the size of my brush or my cursor size. And I'm going to make this part down here dark. I'm going to make it bigger for my brush because I have a pretty large size image here. So I'm going to do that. Good. Then I'm going to draw. See how it's slightly making the bottom part of it darker? And each one that I go across it will make it darker and darker and darker. So what that darkness does is it gives it some depth. Gives it some depth. I could also do it to the top if I wanted, but the top is where the light is. So that's how you do darken. So I've made that part darker, but now let's make it a little bit more distorted. So I'm going to select, through using this marquee tool, I'm going to grab all of my pixels that I have on this layer. Then I'm going to go to this here that looks like 3 little waves. That is Liquify. Liquify is how you can take whatever is within this cursor and make it almost like you have wet paint and you're moving your finger on it. That one, make it smaller. I can hit Control-Z to undo that. There is push. I can make it move out. I can make it move down. I can really mess it up easily, but undo is your friend. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push this. Actually, I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. I can change my the size of my cursor once again. It's too big. So I'm going to make this a little bit smaller so it looks like it's kind of going backwards. That didn't look good. And a lot of this is just experimenting with it. Experimenting with what works. I guess the size of my cursor is a little bit too small on my brush. Okay, make that a little bit smaller to make it look like it's going back in the background. Okay, looks like that messed up a little bit there. So now I can make that look like it's a little bit out. If I wanted to make the center bigger because it's more closer to us, I could do that. I can make the size of my cursor much bigger. Like that. That is really messing up my stuff, but it's all about experimentation. So I can undo all this that I just did, so if I can fix that, there we go. So I'm gonna make my brush size much, much bigger, about the size of the baseball itself. Let's see if I can make this be almost look like it's on a sphere itself. Okay, that kind of worked. So I've darkened it, I've made it liquefied. I'm gonna hit enter so that saves like that, so I can click other things. If I wanted to, I could go out a little bit more. Out a little bit more if I wanted to. I don't want to do that. Okay. All right, my next step that I could do is I'm going to get the finger to be on front or not behind where it says Illinois Wolfpack. And this is going to be the magic selection tool or wand select, or I could do the magnetic select. So since I want this to be behind, what I can do is I can do the magnetic select, and this is right here it says magnetic. So what that'll do is I'm going to click on the background image to make sure that I'm working on that. Let's see. There we go. Go back to magnetic select tool. Now what I do is when I click on now I've accidentally had it clicked elsewhere. When I click on this finger here, since the background is highlighted, that means that when I click, it'll kind of magnetize to whatever is in the background there. So all I need to do is just select these pixels on that layer. So I want to get this C and this K behind the finger. So since that C and the K is on the Illinois Wolfpack layer, I've selected the pixels from the background, but now I'm working on this layer. So now if I just hit delete, it'll get rid of just the selected pixels on that layer, and those will be gone. So let's take the background image of these. Let's just do a free one here. Let's get rid of those here. Make sure I'm working on Illinois Wolfpack. I could delete that. So it looks like it's going through. Now it somewhat looks like it's in real life. Select all. To add one more form of realism, what you can do is if you click on the opacity for this layer, I'm going to right click, go to opacity, drop it down, and as you drop it down you can start to see that the dimples of the baseball are starting to be visible. You don't want to go too light, but if you do just drop a little bit, it does add some realism with the texture, and that's if you're obviously zoomed in a whole bunch. But that's it. Thanks.